Hello people of YouTube, Brian here, and thanks for joining me somewhere outside. Today I am out in beautiful Wayne National Forest here in Ohio on a nice, relaxing, secluded hike. And I thought I would knock out this 8-question tag my buddy Andrew over at Am Bushcraft tagged me in a few weeks back. I know I'm late getting around to it. I was recouping from a hernia surgery, so I haven't had a chance to get out much. I go back to work on this Monday, so it's Saturday now, so I had to come out and get into the woods, and I figured I'd knock this out. Thanks Andrew for tagging me. Freaking bugs are crazy out here. Thanks again for tagging me, buddy. I'll put a link in his description, guys. Go check him out. He's got a real cool channel, does a lot of different things, and real good guy, so check him out. Like I said, I'll put a link for his channel down in the description. So without further ado, let's get to it. Question number 1, what is your most memorable camping trip? Without a doubt, that would be Dolly Sod's Wilderness in Monongahela National Forest. And I don't care if I said it right. Don't even bother correcting me, because I don't think anybody can pronounce that forest right. It just so happened it was Friday the 13th, so this was last October. My brother-in-law, Trail Beaner, and I went down, and it was just an amazing experience. The fog when we got there, which my brother-in-law drove us down there. I don't know how he got us through that fog. It was so thick driving up that mountain. I fell asleep for part of it. I actually had to wake up and shine a high-power flashlight out the window on top of the high beams just to get some kind of bearings on where the road was. It was that bad, but we made it safely and just hiked through this thick fog all day. And not a big superstitious person, but I guess the fact that it was Friday the 13th and just hiking through that fog kind of gave it a cool twist to it. And it's just one of my favorite places that I've been to date. Driving up that mountain, hiking on the plateau and all the windswept rocks, and then getting up on Breathe Mountain and down in the thick of the forest. It was just an awesome trip. The second day out there, we had really nice weather for October and actually got to go swimming in the stream or river. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, that was a great trip. I can't say enough about it. So question number 2, do you prefer solo or social trips? Solo. Really the only other person that I go hiking and wild camp with is my brother-in-law. And I love going with him when he's able to go. I'm always down to team up with them and get into the woods. We have a good time, but I don't know, I'm just an introvert, and I come out here when I get the chance just to, get some peace of mind and do some reflecting, and it's just something that I personally need, and it really helps me to just get out and just think of nothing. Whether I'm out on the bushcraft type camp and building shelters and cooking on a fire, or if I get out on the trail and I'm hiking miles, and it's just a release for me, if you will. It gives me a chance to unwind from work and day-to-day life. So yeah, I'm definitely a solo kind of guy. Question number 3, what is your favorite knife? Well, that would be, without a doubt, my Mora Bushcraft Black. I have put this thing through hell. I have beat the crap out of it, and it's as good as new in my opinion. It's a carbon steel, so you got to keep up on it because it'll rust on you. And mine's got a little on there, but nothing the stone won't take out. I have some other expensive knives that I like that are good steel, and I don't know, I always end up going back to the Mora. For the price, you can't beat it. I think I got it for around 30 bucks. Maybe you can get them for around 40 now. I think it's a little higher. I might have found it on sale, but like I said, I beat the living crap out of that knife and batoned it through wood way bigger than what I should have done, just cause all the stuff I had heard about Mora. So when I got it, I wanted to see what it can do, and that thing is a workhorse. So without a doubt, the Mora Bushcraft Black's my favorite knife. Question number 4, where did you learn your bushcraft skills? On this one, I've read a lot of books from the old timers like Morris Kochanski. It's got a really great informative book. I'm reading older guys, even like Horace Kephart and George Sears Nesmick, for those of you that know. So yeah, just a lot of reading. And then as far as YouTube, I tell you what, I get a ton of inspiration from Carlisle195, and I'll put a link in the description of his channel too. That guy is just, his building skills are second to none in my opinion, and the guy cooks on a campfire like nobody's business. So I get a lot of inspiration and just pick up stuff from watching his videos. Let's see, question number 5. What is your favorite method of fire lighting? Fat wood and a ferro rod, without a doubt. My buddy sent me some fat wood from Wisconsin. It's actually from the Great Peshtigo Fire of, I forget the year, it was a long time ago. It was during the same time the Great Chicago Fire was going on. So this fat wood is just unreal. It has such a sweet smell. It is so concentrated. Yeah, that stuff, scrape the back of the knife on it, fluff it up, and it just takes a spark like that. Question number 6. What is your most essential bit of kit? Well, I had to give some thought to this one. I want to say the most important piece of kit for anybody should be what you know. Yeah, you're not carrying it. That's because knowledge weighs nothing. Get that from a great group on Facebook, a great community of people, like-minded outdoors people called Live and to Learn. Shout out to them. Check out the Facebook group. It's just an awesome community. Very well maintained for social media. No crazy bashing stuff on the comments. I don't have time for that anyways. So I'm not into a lot of those groups. But anyways, I digress. You know, you got to know. It's really what you know. But when it comes down to material, pieces of kit, without a doubt, that's my axe. I don't have it with me today. That's my Haltsbrook Aka Forester's axe. Or just any axe really when it comes down to it, because you can do everything with it. Firewood, shelter building, food processing if you have to. I mean, if you know how to use a blade, the axe is going to be the most versatile piece of kit, the most essential if I'm out in the woods and need to get through a few nights or survive, whatever the case may be. Question number 7. Do you prefer wood, meth, or gas stoves? You know, I just like stoves. I'm all over the place with them. When I'm out like this doing backpacking trips, I try to stay light, so I just have a little Fancy Feast and tomato paste stove with carbon felt for a wick and run denatured alcohol through it. It's easy, it's light. If I'm just out for, I don't know, if it's a short trip, I'll take a canister and a stove with me, a canister stove, and do that too. I have used a Firebox Nano. I had to get rid of it. Unfortunately, I needed to come up with some money because I was out of work. So I had to let that go, but I really like that. I actually have a solo stove coming to me, and I look forward to using that. So when it comes to stoves, it's really hard for me to say I have a favorite. I guess at the end of the day, I prefer wood because if I got a nice little wood stove, I can do more than just boil water over it. You know, I can, roast some whatever it is I'm cooking over it, cook a burger on it, some hot dogs. So I like the versatility of that. And number 8, do you carry a bug out bag? No, I don't. I don't have a dedicated bag. I got all my gear in a closet. I got a few different packs, and it doesn't take me long to throw a bunch of stuff in it if I got a boogie. Don't consider myself a prepper by any means, but I do feel, pretty confident in my abilities to take care of myself if, shit was to hit the fan. So I want to thank you again, Andrew, for tagging me. It was cool to get to see yours and learn something about you, so I hope everybody enjoys this and got to learn a little bit of something without me rambling too much. Now time for the fun part. I get to tag 3 people as well. So first off, I want to tag my buddy Glenn over at Am Bushcraft. This guy is awesome. He has rescued 4 Siberian Huskies. He takes them into the woods with him almost every single day. He's got an awesome Instagram page. His YouTube's awesome. You always see him out with these dogs, and I just can't commend the guy enough for what he does for rescuing these 4 dogs and the dedication he puts into it. These dogs are so alive in the woods, so it's just really awesome to see that. It's a real positive vibe. So I'd be interested to see him answer these 8 questions and get to know a little bit more about him. Second up is CLP Bushcraft. This guy has an awesome Instagram page, and I'm trying to coax him to do a little bit more on his YouTube channel here by tagging him in it. But you always see him tagging, posting on Instagram with his son. He gets his son out into the woods. He has a pretty awesome shelter on his own private land, and just really cool stuff. So I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check those out. And last but definitely not least, gotta save the best for last. I need brownie points. She makes my music for me sometimes. Is Alexis Outdoors. She needs a little boost too to get posting back on her YouTube. I know she's been busy with work, but you need to get some stuff posted. So those are my 3 tags, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one.